Here's a situation I encounter far too often. An accomplished physician, decades of clinical experience, genuine expertise, and admirable record, finds that the role they've occupied for most of their career is no longer available in the same form. Perhaps a disability made their original schedule unsustainable. Perhaps their group merged and the terms changed. Perhaps burnout made continuation untenable. The question becomes, what else can this physician do? For physicians who spent those decades developing only one form of professional value, the answer can be surprisingly limited. For physicians who have intentionally built what I call a portfolio, a collection of professional assets and capabilities beyond clinical production alone, the options are far wider. The practice of medicine is changing too quickly for physicians to assume the role they occupy today will be the role they want, need, or can occupy 20 years from now. Consolidation, reimbursement pressure, artificial intelligence, burnout, and shifting personal priorities are all reshaping physician careers. My prediction is that by 2030, many of the most successful physicians will not be defined by a single title. Their careers will look less like straight lines and more like portfolios. A portfolio physician is not simply a clinician, an employee, an owner, or an entrepreneur. A portfolio physician may be several of those things at the same time or at different points in a career. And the portfolio isn't merely a collection of activities, it's a collection of professional assets, clinical judgment, leadership experience, governance knowledge, relationships, reputation, ownership interests, and specialized expertise. The foundation of the portfolio concept is optionality. Not the same thing as a side hustle, not the same thing as chasing every business idea. It's the ability to preserve meaningful choices as circumstances change. This isn't a criticism of traditional practice. Clinical excellence remains the foundation of the profession. Optionality doesn't require every physician to become a business person. A physician can build it by developing leadership skills, becoming knowledgeable about group governance, teaching, writing, consulting, or acquiring ownership interests where appropriate. The point is not to do everything. The point is to avoid being trapped by doing only one thing. The tragedy is not that a physician's role changes. Roles change in every profession. The tragedy is when an accomplished physician has spent decades developing expertise but has no practical pathway to use it once traditional clinical work becomes difficult for whatever reason. Portfolio thinking can help avoid that result. For much of modern medicine, physicians were told to choose a lane. The future may belong to physicians who create more than one lane. The portfolio physician is not coming. The portfolio physician is already here. If you're thinking about how to build more optionality into your career or how to structure the legal and business foundations of a physician portfolio, reach out to me, Mark Weiss at weissbc.com.